What's going on, good people? Kieron here.
Hey, Skool in the building. What's happening? I like that, man. Kieron, I like that, man.
Now shut up. We back again. we back again with another episode of the Culture Garden Podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We thank you for being here. Episode 115.
Sheesh.
115. That's nuts, man. Obviously, before we get started, shout out to Ray P.
Ray Pizzle.
Ray P is holding it down over at We Got Y'all.
Yeah.
We're currently discussing Raising Kanan season 4. If you are not watching Raising Kanan, you should be watching Raising Kanan. Incredible conversation. Incredible television, followed by incredible conversation from Rachel and myself. Make sure you're following the We Got Y'all pod Instagram page for all updates on shows. Ray P is over there killing it. So please make sure you tap in. You can find it in our link tree in our Instagram page. Link in bio, as they say. But please make sure you check that out. And also, please remember to like, subscribe, share. Tell a friend about the Culture Garden and We Got Y'all podcast. Before we get into the episode, I do want to kind of highlight a couple of comments. One from my good brother Donovan D Hall, long time day one Culture Garden supporter, and my brother, like for real, like not just somebody I know. That's family. So he's been rocking with us since episode 1. But he's texted me the other day, Skool, on Thursday, about a week ago. Said, man, I just want to let you know I had a hard time falling asleep last night because I couldn't stop laughing at you in Skool on that I Spy episode. I'm going to watch that movie on YouTube. Y'all had me dying.
Hey.
LOL. And I told him, it was a fun episode. He was like, man, you kept saying that line about you slipping. You're slipping. Hey,
you slipping, boy.
My favorite episode, my favorite part in the movie, for real.
Yes, absolutely.
And then he texted me. He was like, man, I got 15 minutes left on y'all episode, the Culture Garden episode. And I refuse to listen to it at work because I get interrupted and miss something. So shout out to Donovan, man. I sent him the link for the YouTube to watch the full movie.
Yeah.
And he went ahead and watched it, man. Started quoting different things. Pretty much the same, man. That shit was hilarious. He's done watching it. Almost done watching it. But shout out to I Spy, man. And he even hit me up and said, I just ordered top 5. Why? Because of the Culture Garden.
Yeah, buddy.
So shout out to D Hall, man. Always holding it down for us.
Yes.
You were gonna say something, my bad.
No. Just shout out to D Hall, man.
Okay, then got you. Don't forget to leave comments. If you leave a comment, YouTube page, Instagram, wherever it is, Spotify, we will read it on air, make you a part of the episode. Also, starting something a little bit new for all of those interested. This has been on my mind for a while, and I teased the idea with a couple of people just to get their input. But the Culture Garden has officially started a film club.
Yeah.
Culture Garden Film Club. Think of it like a book club, except for it's 4 films. We talk about a lot of movies that are already released. Obviously, today we're talking about a movie from 1990. But we wanted something to say, hey, where can we talk about new releases?
Mm-hmm.
So we started a film club. This is the perfect weekend for it because of Sinners being released. That's a big movie. Hoping to have our first meeting on Monday. I've started a Google link, like a Google share link or Google Notes. I forget what they call it. To where if you want to sign up, let me know. Reach out to us on the Culture Garden Podcast on Instagram, or you can email us at theculturegardenpodcast@gmail.com. I will make sure you get a link so you can fill out the form, get all the invitations, so we can just rap and talk about movies, man, doing what we love. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment, let us know, and I'll make sure you get that information. And we're going to have a good time over there with that, kind of meet once or twice a month and take it from there. And there will be spoilers and explicit content. Not that it matters, for 2 reasons. A, the film is 35 years old. B, it ain't that type of movie.
Nah.
And I mentioned comments. I want to shout out Frankie0975 on Instagram. Lita. She had mentioned on our You Got Mail, the one me and Rachel did.
Yeah.
I mentioned My Blue Heaven because Nora Ephron wrote it. And she directed You Got Mail. Yeah. And I just brought up how that was one of my favorite movies. And she had made a comment on that episode, just like, man, I'm glad that you brought it up because that's one of my guilty pleasures. Shout out to you, Skool. Yes. She said that's something I put on to get myself in a good mood. And that's a big reason as to why we're doing this today. And I'll talk about that in a second. But obviously, as we've discussed, we're talking about My Blue Heaven.
Yeah.
Synopsis: an all too uptight FBI agent must protect the larger-than-life mobster with a heart of gold, currently under witness protection in the suburbs. This was my week to pick.
Yeah.
So why this movie?
Talk to him.
Yeah, man. Skool, I know you're gonna give me the floor for a quick second.
Yeah.
April 19th. All right, so we're recording this on April 16th. April 19th.
Happy birthday, moms. Sorry.
Yeah, shout out to Aunt Kim, man. Happy birthday. Her birthday's today, the day of recording.
Yeah.
Gave her a phone call earlier, talked to her. Love that lady. But April 19th, this upcoming Saturday is going to be the 5-year anniversary of my dad's passing, which is kind of crazy to even say and think about. And I'm a part of another podcast called Another Week in the Books. And tomorrow we're actually going to have an episode where I get a chance to kind of just talk about grief. I don't know if we talk about that a ton in the community or talk about it enough in a real way, because everybody goes through it and is going to have to go through some sort of grief. And I think a good outlet and knowing how to process those feelings is important. Even when you tie in certain events such as like Kieron Lacey from LSU, man, those sad events and everything that's involved with it. I know it's layered, but anytime someone's losing their life and their parents are coming out saying, make sure you check on your kids' mental health. I think just having those outlets is important. And 5 years is nuts. And every single time this part of the year comes around, I just get this feeling, right? It's just kind of like your body knows that you went through something around this time at some point, something traumatic. And I remember that day like yesterday. Obviously, Skool was with me, man. Skool was with me, unfortunately, when I, got the actual confirmation that my pops had passed and transitioned, became an ancestor. And we always talk about 1480 classics, man. That was the crib. That's where me and Skool watched a lot of these films. And this year, I thought this is year 5. Every year has gradually gotten better. That feeling I talk about. And this year just kind of hit me. I was good one week. Like when we were recording I Spy, wasn't even thinking about it. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, over that weekend, it just started coming. And it's not like there's a moment that triggers it. You get what I'm saying? It's just natural. It just happens. Like your body just says it. It's not like I was sitting down like specifically thinking about Pops. Just one of those things. And usually right around the time it ends, it's over. And I was like, man, how can I kind of take control of this feeling? Because there's a lot of great memories, especially after you get through those initial grieving stages, man. There's a lot of great memories that you get to look back on and appreciate and laugh about. And my way to honor Pops and kind of help myself in a real way is that every time this part of the year comes, we're going to have an OG Rich episode.
Yeah.
I called him Big Dog, man. I call my dad Big Dog. So the Big Dog episode, OG Rich episode, however you want to call it. I'm a junior, which is why I mentioned going by Kieron for sure this episode. And it's just something for me to look forward to versus dreading each time of the year that this comes around, man. And obviously, Skool, you already know what it is, man. That's same thing. The relationship between you and Pops and everything. So obviously wouldn't have you with us. And, I know Rachel sending all her love and just trying to figure out how, just asking me the best way she can be there for me. Which I can't express how much means. And I love Rachel more than y'all know. Y'all already know for real, but just the, I don't know, just taking this, and I'm really excited to talk about this movie because My Blue Heaven is a movie that Pops got both of us hip to at the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And it's just been one of our favorites ever since. I own the movie. It's in the collection, case and all. It's one of those films. So shout out to OG Rich. Shout out to Big Dog, man. Miss you every single day. Would have loved, as much as you love films, man, would have loved to have you on the Culture Garden, man, and just have you experience it and have these conversations. But we've had enough conversations about films where I don't feel sad about it, man. I'm thankful to be able to have those and be able to keep those memories. So I just want to dedicate this episode to Pops. I think every April we're going to do this. And I really toyed with the idea of I'm big into celebrating life. So let's do it around his birthday. His birthday's in May. And I was like, nah, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit selfish with this because April is tough for me. And I think it does make a difference when you look forward to something. So even on sadness or even in sadness and grief, man, it's still something to look forward to and something to appreciate and live in the memories. I always say it. it's our duty as the living to make sure we keep the names of those who have transitioned alive. So no matter who it is, make sure you do that for yourself and your family. And also, man, if your parents are still around, make sure you hug them, kiss them, call them, grandparents, loved ones, the whole nine. Life is short. You never know. And don't have any kind of regrets or holdback. So appreciate that space, Skool, to get this episode kicked off.
Well said, my brother. Well said.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know, there's nothing that I can say except for, you know, Pops was a legend, man. And I think one of the best gifts he gave me personally was the love of film, man. Like he just, I'll explain it this way. We drove to Florida for Big Sis's graduation, and
shout out to FAMU. Shout out to Big Sis and FAMU.
Yes, and we took a
portable DVD player,
portable DVD TV joint. Like we watched movies the whole way. Like he drove, but me and Rich was watching films the whole way. Like that's, bruh, before his time on that shit, for real. So
yeah, and think about and that's a great point because this is mid-90s.
Yeah,
this is mid-90s, so it wasn't like portable DVD players and all that was a real thing. No, I'm talking about this is late 90s.
Yeah.
But either way, same difference. They're not around like that, but Pop specifically bought it. And we just mentioned we drove from Cincinnati, Ohio to Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah.
And you would think most people are thinking like, what's our playlist or CDs back then? Make sure you get your CDs and get the CD book, man. Pop's like, man, put the movies on, man. Because he watched, we talk about it all the time, man. He was a serial rewatcher. That's where I get a lot of it from. So he watched movies so much that he can just hear it and
he can see
it in his head.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, good times, good memories, man. I remember stopping at that arcade or that little something on the way.
Yes.
I think down in Georgia somewhere.
Yeah, that shit was fire. I think we didn't even have a Dave and Buster's yet. Like that was that wasn't even original spot or some shit. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And just the movie. I know you talked about it on the Blue Streak episode that you and Mo did for I don't know, was that an SGP or if that was just a random Culture Garden episode?
Yeah, that was Culture Garden. That was coming back.
That's right. But just us being at Disney World in Orlando, we was at Disney World and Universal, and the Blue Streak was on in the hotel, and we getting weak at Dave Chappelle, talking about licking my balls with him. My mom's just like, what are y'all watching? And Dad's like, yo. Pops was always on the films, man.
Hey, so Mom's was going off, bruh. Like she over here trying to have a serious moment and go off, and we just get weak.
Hey, the one thing I'll never forget about that trip is that's the same weekend or time period that Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed away.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. We were in the hotel and we opened the elevator door. And we got in. That woman was crying, boo-hooing,
losing it.
Pops was like, "You all right?"
Yeah.
She was like, Dale Earnhardt. He was like, "Oh,
yeah."
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Just wasn't expecting that to be the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my bad, Skool. You got anything else before we get into the stats?
Nah, that's it. Another thing I was gonna add too is I'm very proud of you this year. You made a big step that I noticed, and we ain't got to get into it. I already hit you with it. And I think that has a lot to do with that space you have on Another Week in the Books and just acknowledging certain things. And, my wife lost her pops when she was pregnant with our daughter, that October. Emery was doing January, obviously. So she lost her dad a few months before. And she mentioned that, that it's just, like, it doesn't matter what's going on. Like it just comes out of nowhere, but it's always the same month. It could be week 1, week 2, but it just happens. So I definitely hear you. I hear you. So I'm proud of you, brother. Love you.
Love you too, man. I appreciate you for that, man. Yeah. And it's like, it progresses each year. I always tell people it's never going to be the same, but you just get adjusted to your new normal. Yeah. It used to be like January, right? As soon as that year turned, it almost looked like the whole first quarter damn near
Yeah.
Year 2 got a little bit better. Year 3, we in March. Year 4, you make it to April, but it's still, still going to show its head. But we getting through it, man. We coping with it, and it's all good. In a good space, man. Looking forward to this. This helps a lot. So I'm looking forward to having this conversation. Let's get into some stats, Skool.
Let's do it.
The film was released in theaters August 17th, 1990. 1 month before the release of Goodfellas, which is important for this film.
Yes, it
because
is.
they're both of these films are based on the life of Henry Hill. Now, I know a lot of you, and let me start by saying this, a lot of you might not even know about My Blue Heavy. Like, it's just one of those.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a cult classic because it's a good, I don't know how to describe it, but it is a late 80s, early 90s film, and it feels like a late 80s, early 90s film.
To the max.
It's not a movie. Yeah, it's not a movie that I would, and I've said this before, I wouldn't run up on you bragging like, yo, you got to stop everything you're doing and watch it because I'm going to hype it and you're going to be like, yo, what's this? But if you enjoy those time capsule type of films and just dry humor and just silly situations, you're going to enjoy this film.
I think it it embodies everything about the 80s and 90s in a sense, even with 100%. who stars in it. Like Steve Martin was giant, even Rick Moranis was a giant.
No, like on some real, and we'll talk about it on some real. Rick Moranis at one point was probably the biggest movie star in the world.
Yeah,
like in 1989. Like if you look at his lineup of what he was on, like even Steve Martin had an appearance on Larry King for the promotion of this film. The day before this film hit theaters, he was on Larry King, and he said it himself. Like, I'm just trying to attach my wagon to Rick Starr. Because Rick Starr overnight became the biggest movie star in the world. And that's just kind of how it was. So it's nuts. And shout out to we'll talk about it when we get to the cast. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, that's it. Like, it's a lot of things in this movie that's just so 80s and 90s and shit that you just can't do anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just love it. I love it.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's one of the things that I thought of while rewatching. Just wow, can you even make this movie? Like, it has to be a completely different because technology would ruin all the plot holes. Like, it would just there would be no movie because it wouldn't be realistic.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for directors or storytellers to kind of start writing films that are based in the 90s, right? Like new films that come out today, but they make sure this is based in 1995. This is based in 1991. And I know we do it sometimes with shows. We even talked about Raising Kanan, how they're going back, but you can get a lot of good storytelling without having to connect so many dots because you're in a different area, in my opinion.
I want to say Jonah Hill. Didn't he do a movie?
Yeah, they was on his ass because he was also saying the stuff that we were saying in the 90s. They was on his ass. He was writing that.
Hey, I never saw the movie, but I just remember it being a big deal because that was like the premise of the movie. Hey, I'm sure this nigga said they was on his ass. Kind of like Tag. All right, go ahead.
Tag. I never forget seeing Tag. I'm like, yo, they can make. I remember I told you, I said they can still make movies like this.
Yeah, you called me.
No, you can make comedies like that.
Yeah,
Tag was off the chain, man. That shit threw me off. I ain't seen a movie like this since a comedy like this since Hangover. Shit threw me off. I didn't even know you could do that for real. This is what the cancel era was at its peak. They about to cancel these niggas. Can't say that. Goodfellas. So for those who don't know, Goodfellas was based on the book called Wise Guy by Nicholas Pileggi. And guess who he was married to? Nora Ephron, the writer of this film. So they actually took notes and like had the same session notes when he was writing the book and when she was writing this film.
Yeah.
So you literally have the serious movie Goodfellas, and then you have the comic movie My Blue Heaven, about the same character. Henry Hill did not like the idea of this movie being made because he knew it was about him. There's even a direct moment from his life that makes it into this film. We'll talk about it later on. But the film was directed by Herbert Ross. He directed Footloose and Steel Magnolias. I mentioned it's written by Nora Ephron, rom-com legend. We talked about it on You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, all of that. Not sure of the budget. Couldn't find any information on the budget, but it did make $23.5 million, $6.2 million the opening weekend. Opened up at number 4 in the box office behind The Exorcist 3, Ghost, which was in its 6th week at that point, by the way. It was still
Ghost
at number
was
2.
smash.
Ghost was a smash. And Flatliners. All right, so it fell to number 4 behind those 3. It was in theaters for only a month, which I found surprising. That's back in the day when even trash movies was in the theaters for 4 months. But only in theaters for a month, and it was in the top 7 for all 4 of those weeks.
But you know what? You know what it probably was for real? It probably was the Goodfellas thing. Like,
I could see that.
You know what I mean? They both were made by Warner Brothers. They probably just canned it and was like, we don't even want this to take away any steam from how great Goodfellas is. You know, they probably canned it themselves.
That makes perfect sense because, like I said, Goodfellas came out a month later, and it's only in theaters for a month.
And you said it made 23 million, bro. They probably made this movie maybe 6.
I was about to say 5. That budget was probably 5 million, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so they made their money back the first little weekend. They was like, fuck it, you know.
Yeah, we good. Yeah. And the VHS sales back then that you're gonna contribute, we're gonna get even more money. We're going to get some of that blockbuster money.
Yeah. OG Pops was first in line. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, no doubt. And speaking of OG Pops, or OG Rich, should I say?
Yeah.
I was going to mention how this is the parody era as well. Like, so think about Spaceballs, which also starred Rick Moranis. Like, Pops had Spaceballs, like, I don't want to say it like memorabilia, but kind of like fixtures that come from the DVD sets. Like, he has that stuff. So I think that might be another part where it was like, man, I don't even want people to get confused or think, because like you said, Goodfellas is Goodfellas. That's just a cinema masterpiece. So it makes sense. I never thought about that, but that makes perfect sense, Skool. And it is not streaming anywhere right now. You can rent it for $3.99. I think you can buy it for like $7.99 at some places. I own it on DVD.
I own it. I could not find my copy, but I do have a whole nother crap ton of DVDs in the garage. My garage look crazy, so yeah. But I know I own it.
That's fair enough, man. Let's go ahead and talk about the cast. Well, actually, there are no awards for the film. We talk about the cast. Steve Martin is Vinny Antonelli and Todd Wilkerson.
I'm real quick. I'm glad you brought that up. You brought up awards. See, it's movies like this that make me go, I wish the Oscars would. I wish there was a little bit more awards for comedies in certain, because Steve Martin in this movie, to me,
come on, man,
it's fucking amazing. He's fucking phenomenal in this movie, man. Phenomenal.
Incredible. And it's, you know what? It's funny you even mention that, because I promise you, literally had the same conversation when I was reading through that Larry King. Why can't I think of the name? Transcripts. Sheesh.
Okay.
When I was reading through the Larry King's transcript, so he took a call from a caller. Took a call from a caller.
Yeah.
Phone call from a caller. Damn, I can't talk today. I'm trying to find it right here.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned what movie it was, but somebody called in, long story short, and said, I believe you should have learned, you deserve an Academy Award for your performance in All of Me. That's what they said. The movie All of Me.
Yeah.
And he said, he responded, I'll tell you where to send it. True Steve Martin fashion. But the conversation starts from there, like, hey, why do you think it is that comedy doesn't get as much credit at the awards? So it is funny that you mentioned that, Skool, because I literally was just reading that about 2 hours ago. And he went on to say, I just think that people view comedies in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, drama's supposed to be serious, but comedy can be serious as well. And I don't know if we talked about this here, but from a difficulty standpoint, I think being funny is more difficult than being dramatic.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you got to keep energy on set, and they're on movies, they're doing takes. So sometimes that shit might slap the first time, but if it's take 32, how you still gonna be funny and keep that energy up? Because then it's hard to fake, really being funny or being weak or something.
That's funny you mentioned that. Damon Wayans is on like a press run right now. Shout out to Damon Wayans, man. He was on Big Boy, and he talked about that, like the first time. I believe his first movie was Last Boy Scout, And
Nah, he had more money before that.
Nah, Last Boy Scout was 89, G.
Damn, was it?
Yes.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Bulletproof. My
Yeah,
bad.
that's 97.
With Adam Sandler. Yeah, I'm thinking about Bulletproof with Adam Sandler. Bulletproof
So
like 94, 95.
Yeah, so shit's trash. So he was talking about how it was a big difference from coming from, you know, In Living Color, SNL, you know, 5 minutes, having those 5 minutes, you know, doing it, and then you out of there. He's like, bro, it was different doing the movie, you know, like you said, especially trying to be funny. 30 minutes, we got 30 takes, you know, we shooting this scene 50 times and we gonna shoot it in an hour. Like, that's crazy to even think about. So
No doubt.
sheesh.
No doubt. Yeah, it's the degree of difficulty is crazy. But to your point, your main point, Steve Martin was phenomenal in this film, like phenomenal, like just played the hell out of this character. We'll talk about how that almost didn't happen. Rick Moranis is Barney.
Was originally cast out of this movie wouldn't even have made it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. We'll get to it. Rick Moranis as Barney Cooper Smith. I mentioned, like, at one point, Rick Moranis was the biggest movie star in the world. I just want to go through his 89. Let's just go 86 through 89. 86, he was in Little Shop of Horrors.
Classic.
1987, Spaceballs, cult classic. 1989, Ghostbusters 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Parenthood. Not to mention Rocket Boy, the Earth Day Special, and My Blue Heaven in 1990. Listen, I know we're in 2025. I know a lot of people we were around, but we didn't know what was going on in 1989. But I can tell you one thing, those are 3 smashes. Rick Moranis was our guy. Not to mention 1480 classes like Honey, We Blew Up Ourselves.
Chill.
Yeah, man. Had that on VHS at 1480. Used to wear that. We used to wear that VHS out.
Yes, we did.
And it was only an hour 14 minutes, bro. That was one of them straight to VHS joints. It didn't come out in theaters. I can't remember it's that short. I want to watch it again because I know so many memories are automatically going to come back. We watched that movie all the time. And not to mention, of course, a classic, 1480 classic, Little Giants.
Man.
Little Giants, man. Rick Moranis is that guy, man. He sadly, his wife passed away in 2001. She had gotten cancer and she passed away, and he kind of stepped away from acting because he was like, man, it's hard to be a single dad and act, to have to go to all these travel. He just said, man, it's not, I'll do it when my kids get older. And his kids got older. He was like, man, I don't really miss acting as much as I thought I would. So I'm just going to continue to keep doing my thing. He does a little bit of things here and there. They asked him to reprise his role in one of those latest Ghostbusters that came out. And he was like, nah, I'm cool. He said he's not retired, but he is like, man, I'm just very selective if I'm going to come out and do something.
Yeah, it seemed like he do more.
71 years old. Work. Yeah, he did a lot of voice work for animated stuff and things like that. But shout out to Rick Moranis. You get your flowers here, my guy. We have Joan Cusack as Hannah Stubbs, Melanie Mayron as Crystal Ryback, Bill Irwin as Kirby, Daniel Stern as Will Stubbs, and Jesse Bradford, man. He played one of the little kids, the older kid. He played Jamie Stubbs. You might recognize him from Bring It On. He was also in something else. Swim Fan.
Hold on. He's in the SGP Classic, nigga. He's in Bushwhacked, which is also starring Daniel Stern. You know how it is after Home Alone 2, that Lost in New York, that everybody get a movie. Marv got him a movie, Bushwhacked, and he played the little boy in that one. He played, I believe he's the main little boy in Bushwhacked.
Hey, man, I'm glad you know that, my guy. Go check out Bushwhacked, everyone.
Yeah.
SGP Classic, man. Hey, bring SGP back so we can talk about it.
Listen. Don't worry. I got some cooking up too.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Movie. I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready. I'm waiting. Shit, nigga, wait. Been 4 days, nigga. Where y'all at? Movie Poster Hall of Fame.
To me, yes.
I'm putting this in there, man. That's a classic cover.
Yeah.
Especially if you know this movie. If you're just looking at it and don't know nothing, then but classic cover, man. Him with the lawnmower. Vinny a trip, bro. Vinny a trip. Skool, I know the answer, but I gotta ask you anyway. Classic or nah?
Hell yes.
Absolutely. 100%. No questions asked. Classic film.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised by the rating of it, but we'll talk about it when we get to the end. So let's get into a little bit of origin on the film. We talked about the tie-in with Goodfellas. So it's 1987. Nora Ephron had taken her notes on Henry Hill, wanted to take a comedic approach, and she talked to Goldie Hawn. Talked to Goldie Hawn about playing Hannah, the DA in the film, or at least Goldie Hawn wanted to play Hannah, and they were working on it, and a writer's strike happened in 1988. And it lasted for almost 6 months, I think 5.5 months that this writer's strike took place. Obviously, projects that were greenlit are now cooled off, trying to reset everything, get everything reestablished. By the time it was ready to move forward, Goldie Hawn said, nah, I'm cool. She bowed out of the project, but she still gets a producer credit or executive producer credit along with her business partner because they were in talks with the film at the beginning. So, Skool, you teased it a little bit earlier, but let's talk about it now. Steve Martin originally was supposed to play Barney.
Yeah.
He was going to play Barney. That's who he was cast to be. You want to tell the people, well, first, there's somebody who was offered the role second, but do you know who got the role first or was offered first and said no?
Who originally?
Danny DeVito.
Yes, Danny DeVito. But who was really supposed to star in it?
Yeah, go ahead and tell the people.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to be Vinny, but he decided to do Kindergarten Cop.
I'm glad he did.
And then after that, you know who was the replacement after him?
No.
John Travolta.
This
is you got to remember, y'all. Quentin Tarantino brought John Travolta back.
Yeah.
Like John Travolta was somebody in the 70s, Grease, Saturday Night Fever. And then he just had one of those. We talked about Eddie's run of just flops. John Travolta had one that's probably even more legendary. And it wasn't until Pulp Fiction in 1994 that John Travolta was like back. Really
and
into the fold.
And he ran that shit right back into the dumps.
Yeah, man. And he was around, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't like the he was the guy that was really good, but they doing like Tubi movies. Like, what you doing that for? Nigga, you John Travolta. But he turned it down so he could do Look Who's Talking To.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either. Yeah. But I think he was one of the voices. I don't think he was in that movie.
No, he was in the movie. Bruce
Okay.
Willis was the voice. Bruce Willis and I believe Roseanne were the baby voices. Yeah.
Okay, then got you.
Christy Alley and him was the couple. Yeah, for sure.
Got you. Okay, then. And I remember Christy Alley. I forgot about that. All right. Damn, it's been a minute. So after Steve Martin, Nora Ephron was pretty much like, listen, man, you should just go ahead and play Vinny. We'll find somebody else to play Barney because they were having such a hard time. Steve Martin didn't want to do it because he was like, man, I don't know how to do no accent. I can't do any of this stuff. And they pretty much just told him like to look at the character like this. Don't try to take it so seriously. Like, we're just having a little fun with it. And there was a suit. I think he was talking to the director. And there was a suit that he showed him from like back when he used to go out in the clubs. And that's where the director drew some inspiration for some of the stuff. He said, yes, this is the guy I want you to turn into. So they went ahead and did that, and production hired Rick Moranis, and the rest, as they say, was history. I do want to ask you, though, how does this film look, A, if Steve Martin is Barney, and B, if Danny DeVito gets the role of Vinny or Arnold gets the role of Vinny? Who do you like more between those two as Vinny? And what are your overall thoughts if that happens?
I like Danny as Vinny over Arnold. For one, Arnold already is Austrian. So how do you add Italian on top? Like, how do you add an accent on top of an accent? That's a lot, man. And if you do, like, that would have killed Goodfellas. Like, if they would have brought that out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that would have man, you can't do that. Now, the Barney would have been good. Steve could have played either or. He would have been good, but nah, man. Yeah. I'm cool.
I prefer Steve as Vinny, but only, like you said, if you're not thinking, if you go into this movie thinking that Steve Martin's going to play Barney, he's going to rock it. Yeah. But his performance as Vinny was just so good that I couldn't even imagine him playing Barney.
Exactly.
Like some things are just meant to happen.
Yes.
And it worked out perfectly for him. And everything you just described, man, to show movies be on some like production studios, they be on some bullshit. Film studios, should I say? Production companies, film studios, they be on some bullshit. Because why would you even think about Arnold Schwarzenegger for this role?
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, it just doesn't even make sense. Especially when I could see if it's just some kind of random, screenplay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Maybe you can make him like an Austrian organized crime type of situation. But it's about Henry Hill. You need an Italian. Arnold got that thick ass accent. So
yeah, that's ridiculous.
But you can get away with anything in the 80s. So we was just shout out to our little cousins, man. I was just on Childish Grown-Ups discussing Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
And we talked about some shit in there too. It was just one of those, y'all on some bullshit. Shout out to the Mexican as well. One of the funniest Culture Garden moments ever.
Hey, you funny.
Shout out to the film The Mexican. All right. Arnold as you already talked about it. You say you ain't here for it. No. John Travolta, what you think?
I'm not upset at that. I would have rather seen that over a Danny DeVito or Arnold. The only problem with a Danny DeVito in that role to me is will there be a Joe Pesci comparison? Will it be that type of, you know what I mean? Like what? I don't know.
That's a great point. Yeah. And just shout out, man. I was talking to you, Skool, about this maybe a month or so ago. I was watching What's the Worst That Could Happen. Listen, Danny DeVito, that movie's good. I fuck. Well, good might be a stretch, but I fuck with that movie. And Danny DeVito's good in it. And just him playing that made me think of this. Like, he would have bodied that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get Shorty.
Yep.
Like just those type of roles, man. He would have bodied that. He would have bodied that. It's funny because if I didn't pick My Blue Heaven for Big Dog Week, I would have picked The Whole 9 Yards.
Oh,
Pops love that movie.
Joint. That's my joint,
man.
Bro.
Pops love that movie. That's another movie he just have on repeat. Yeah, man. Do you remember your first time seeing this, Skool? Your first experience?
Bro, not really, just because we watched it so much. Like, I know it was at 1480. I know that for a fact. But other than that, nah.
Yeah, I can't tell you the first time watching it. But as I mentioned earlier, I just remember Pops got us hip to it. And it wasn't like one of those casuals. It was like, nah, y'all need to watch this. Like, it might have been on TV. And he was just showing us different stuff. And we finally were able to watch the entire movie because we didn't have it. Did we have it? Like, I don't even know if we had My Blue Heaven on DVD.
No, I think it was VHS.
Or even VHS. I can't remember. Maybe we must have, but maybe it was one of those we watch all the time on. I don't know. The memories escapes me because that was years ago. I couldn't tell you when we got hip to it, but I do know Pops got us hip, and he was specific about it.
Because we used to remember we had the little box TV with the tape. We used to put the tape. So I'm thinking that's
why I used to record wrestling.
Yeah,
on Monday nights, man. When it was time to go to bed, man. Mom said time to go to bed. Put the little tape in and record the rest of wrestling. Shout out to Raw. Shout out to the Attitude there.
For Nitro for an hour, then it's Raw time, huh?
Yep. Tell everybody at school on Monday, man, or Tuesday, man. Hey, man, I ain't finished all of it.
Oh man,
it's called a hotline, bro. Running up the phone bill up at 8585. I bet Mama and Granddad used to look at that phone bill like, what the hell?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, we was definitely calling 1-800 whoever trying to get what's going on with the wrestling every single week. Every week, bro. We was wilding. Bro.
Oh shit.
All right, Skool. Let's get into the movie, man. Let's talk about it. Best scenes. I'm obviously gonna start. I'll start with when I say obviously gonna start, I mean I'm obviously gonna start with the opening scene.
Yes.
Per usual here at the Culture Garden. Just because it sets the tone for what's going on. A new life, obviously fish out of water type of story. Terry and Todd not referring to themselves as Terry and Todd and even getting the names confused. You knew his wife wasn't going. But then later on you found out that was all a play. Like Vinny is smart and he was like, shit, if I get a wife and somebody to support, I can probably get more bread. So he wasn't even tripping when she was ready to leave because that was probably part of the scheme. Him not knowing the social,
that shit's
like, just to let you know what kind of carry he is. That's just hilarious. Barney just on some like, yeah, you know, the Mets play the Padres, or actually, you probably be Yankee fans. My experience is people who organize crimes is Yankee fans, just trying to like not meaning anything by it, but just a funny dude on accident. And you can tell that he's by the book. So I like intro scenes because it tells us pretty much exactly what we should expect from a character.
Absolutely.
Or at least gives us an idea. So we see him, you see Vinny get that tip, the look on the expression acting from Rick Moranis when he saw that money, like, I get paid. Like, since about a book cleaned up, like, damn, bro. He was appalled. Nigga said, no, I get paid.
I get paid, man.
Hey, this is my job. The photo of Frank Valli when his wife was packing up. Shout out to The Sopranos. He played Rusty in The Sopranos, and I just finished up The Good Earners, reviewing The Sopranos podcast. So that was just a little bit nostalgic. And I mentioned about Vinny. I was planning that whole thing, having more bread. And just a funny moment when she's trying to call her cab to get up out of there. What the frick is the address here? How should I know? Number one happy place.
Hey, number one happy place, huh?
Yeah, them niggas did not care, man. But that was a good opening scene, just to kind of show us our main characters and what's going on. I also just want to shout out, I like the like transition slides.
Yes.
It's almost like chapters of a book. Just a little guideline to keep the movie along. I just thought that was clever storytelling because this movie, I don't want to say it's disjointed, but it does a good job of going from A to B. Without getting too stuck in the mundane details. It keeps true to who it is and the character that it's trying to be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what you got?
For me, it would just be chaos, man. You know, our guy Vinny loves chaos, man, and like you said, you know, we were introduced to him and what he's all about, and then it goes right into who he really is—a chaotic, smooth talking. Like you said, fish out of water. He goes to the grocery store, you know, fuck you. Like, motherfucker said, you want an oat bar? What? Do I look like I want an oat? Like, come on, bro. Like, you know, him knowing the crazy thing is knowing that he's in a town that's just so free that they leaving the pricing gun laying around. This man took at least 50 steaks and priced them 35 cents, bruh. Nigga spent $12, paid with 100.
Wow, 100.
Got excited.
I don't know if that still happens today because cash isn't used as much as it was back then. But
oh my
niggas'
God.
first time seeing a big bill, that was a moment.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I remember Mr. Ed. Shout out to Mr. Ed, man. I remember Mr. Ed. I used to help him in the summer. He gave me a 50. Hey, and you know what's funny? What? I think about that shit. Hey, I think about the shit I was doing. I'm like, hey, man, I was underpaid like a motherfucker, bro. Hey, used to be happy as shit with that $50 bill. Like, what? As a grown man, I'm like, nigga.
Yeah,
I need another zero at least. No, he definitely got you.
He got you.
Nigga, I was climbing on roofs. Nigga, I was climbing on roofs, nigga. 11, 12 on top of a roof in the middle of summer.
Made a man out you, huh? Priceless.
Shout out to Mr. Ed, man.
Shout out to Mr. Ed, man.
But yeah, one of those glaring things we talked about, hey, just things you couldn't do or you would lose this comedic effect. Like, there's no way any grocery store is letting that shit go. And he was just ringing them up, 39 cents. Got all that meat for $12.31, whatever it was.
Exactly. And that also just goes into the fact of how trustworthy this town was. Like, they didn't even suspect anyone would. It's kind of like when you hear about, you know, living in those neighborhoods with the doors are unlocked. Like, this is that neighborhood. Yeah. Like, they don't even suspect. There just must be a sale. God, I didn't realize. You know what I mean? Like, he kept ringing it up. You know, if we used to do that right now, motherfucker, after that third, fourth, like, hold on, bro, where you get these from? Like, what's going on?
Or tell you straight up, like, even though it's marked, tell you straight up, like, this is an error. We ain't selling it to you. For this
yeah. Hold on, let me call my manager real quick. Like, something ain't right. So yeah, that whole scene. And again, bro, I love Vinny's smooth talking, how quick, and that's that New York shit, bro. I think that it plays a part of the mob Italian shit, but that's just a New York thing. Like just being quick on your feet, so much be going on. Like, bro, every time they put him in the corner, with Hannah put him in the corner, the ADA, he had it. He had a story. I'm ready. What he talking about?
Man,
she hit him with the we caught you in a blue Nova. And nigga said, that's my mistake.
that's the whole thing. Shit, I borrowed the wrong car.
It was supposed to be a green Chevy. Like, bro, Benny, bro, smooth. So
smooth, man. And that's the thing. Yeah. He says it in the sense that he seems like he believes it, and he's sticking to it. Whatever I say, that's my story. I'm sticking to that shit. And you're gonna have to catch
me. And the craziest part about this scene to me is he didn't even know that he was untouchable yet.
Not only that, but because that's the confidence that you walk in with. That's the confidence you got to walk in with. He's been doing that his entire life. There's a scene later in this in the movie where Barney says, like, that's how it's been your whole life, huh? You make a mess, you spill your milk, and somebody come cleans it up. It's like, it's late 80s, early 90s. You spill your milk. Milk was make the body strong. Remember the milk ads? The milk, got milk, all that shit, man. That shit crazy. Now niggas are drinking oat milk and almond milk. Niggas fuck that dairy shit. But that's just a skill you can't teach, and that's what makes. Vinny was playing chess.
Yes,
the entire movie. Like they don't hit you in the head with it. You just peep it subtly. Like, oh, he playing this. He got this. Like he mapped all this shit out. He knew when to do it, and he didn't ask for permission for real. He was just kind of like he befriended you. He's one of those people that's hard not to like.
Yep.
Regardless of what you do, man, just a cool dude, man. Like I have a conversation. You can always judge somebody without you know what I'm saying? Can I just kick it with him? Can I watch a game with him?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kind of what it is, man. So shout out to him. Also, I just want to shout out that same scene. You talk about the grocery store.
Yeah.
Arugula. That's the first time in my life that I really heard of arugula. Watching this movie.
I ain't even know.
That was something I'm very
man.
Yeah. That was something that I
nigga used every syllable. A vegetable.
Now I done had arugula salads, all that shit, man. So shout out to arugula. Anytime I see it, I'm like, oh shit, my blue heaven. I think of it. Also, not a scene. I just want to mention this real quick, Skool. Barney's wife leaving. And I'm only mentioning this because she had zero intention of telling that nigga she was gone.
Nah.
They was shocked when they seen him. She was about to go out the door like, we out now.
We gone.
You'll find out when he find out. And that's one of those things too, back in the day. You could just bounce and he would not know. Ain't no sharing my location. She just gone.
But here's where I challenge you at. Barney's is a creature of habit.
Yeah.
She said that when she was basically breaking up with him. She knew that nigga was gonna be there at that
time. Here's the one thing. All right, I'll challenge your challenge.
Okay.
Given the day that he had, it might not. I don't know. This was kind of at the beginning, wasn't it? He was leaving the office. I was gonna say maybe he had something going on.
Remember, he went in there and he asked, I already got him in there. Is there anything else I can do? And remember, no. Just keep. So him and Kirby was like, oh, another day of this shit. Like, so that was a planned him coming home.
But they both were shocked. What's my man's name? Wally and his wife. Yeah, man, nigga got 8 run out of. Come on, man, you gotta get up out of here.
That nigga was focused. I'm focused on getting. His mind was elsewhere.
And she was mid. Come on, man. I'm throwing away my career for you. Stop it. What we doing, man? I'm about to go to Wichita. I'm leaving San Diego to go to Wichita because I'm focused on you. Respectfully. All right, man. Just like Rocky was going crazy for Emily, man. Why? All right, man. But yeah, all right. We'll never know. Either way, she bounced on that nigga.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there explaining like, how does he like his pancakes? Bitch, shut up.
Right.
I'll smack your goofy ass. All right. Long scene, kind of a combination. And a lot of these scenes are kind of combined moments because of how the film is shot. I'm going to when we first meet Hannah. Played by Joan Cusack, the DA. So Vinny gets stopped for Grand Theft Auto. You could tell her first line. Crystal comes in and saying, "Hey, we got a Grand Theft Auto waiting for you." Her first thing, "Let me at him. Let me at him." Come on, man. Calm down. You like your job too much already. Let me at him.
Lets you know what type of town it is. We don't remember when he met old boy. He said, "Ain't no misdemeanors here, just felonies." Like, there's a reason for that because they don't get shit. Like, we don't get no action here. So hell yeah, we boosting. Hell yeah, it's gonna be a felony, nigga.
Hey man,
she was geeked. She was ready.
Let me at him. I can't wait to lock this nigga up. But you mentioned it before. Did a great job of explaining, Vinny. What robbery? I borrowed a guy's car. Like, just what you talking about? I ain't do nothing. Borrowed this man's car, man. Did he give you the keys? He was supposed to leave the keys, but he didn't. So I had to jump start it. Matter of fact, I learned it in the Army. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for me, when none of them moved in the Army, if I had not jump started, the whole nine, just going through the story. What's his name? Eddie. That's all I know, except for he drives a Blue Nova. The car you stole was a green Chrysler. That explains it.
Well, that explains it.
You know what I mean? There's liquor in the car. People drink. Hey, liquor in the car. People drink too much.
Drink too much.
He had that toothpick, man, playing it cool. Everything. And that will piss you off if you are part of the law because you're really trying to get some answers and you know this dude playing with you, but you don't have anything to stand on the other side of it. And then we see Barney coming in. Also a good indicator based on the conversation she had just had earlier in the scene. We see her grab the back of that neck.
Yep.
Hair in the back of the neck stood up. So we know that kind of romantic connection is going on between Barney and Hannah. And Barney, I love when Barney said, What's going on? He said, Barney, you got a ring of phony ministers stealing liquor. He flipped that whole, like, Vinny is a professional, and they weren't using this term. They weren't using this term back in 1990. Professional gaslighter.
Man.
Professional gaslighter.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you caught me doing a crime, and I'm gonna make you think of something else. Nigga, yeah, man, you got a ring of phony minister stealing liquor, man. That's what's going on.
He said, "Let me at him, let me in, and I can catch the guy.
Yeah, put me undercover. I promise you, I got you." Worst type of dude. And as Barney comes in, the first thing he started doing, going through old girl's purse, grabbing a wallet. Kids, this your husband, ex-husband. So we know that Hannah's single. Once again, feeding into the whole Barney thing. And hey, Vinny started going in on her, man. The same way Martin used to go in on Pam's rundown shoes.
Man.
Hey, man. Vinny said, "Hey, you good." He said, "You a good looking girl, except for those army shoes." No wonder he split. Then this scene is also important because we find out that Vinny has to testify in New York. So we know he's already in witness protection, but we don't know what's going on. That's our first time knowing, hey, man, I got to get him to New York. You can't get him on crime, which also lets us know Vinny is kind of invincible.
Yep.
I can kind of do whatever I want to do because y'all can't really arrest me for the petty shit because I got a big case that's really going on. Yep. And once again, going back to Hannah's character, she's just very anal about things, like very principle driven. Yeah, that's my last mint. Spit it out. You spit that out right now. It's one thing to be on that, but to really pull up on somebody with your hand out.
Yeah, with your hand out. I need that.
You almost shocked. Yeah. So, like, you for real right now?
Even she was shocked. The old girl, she was like, okay, like, whoa.
Yeah, like, it ain't
I
that
feel
deep,
you, but what I'm supposed to do with this? Like,
yeah, you know what she wanted to do with that? What she was lying, Vinny. Yeah, man. And then one of my favorite parts of this scene is towards the end when they leaving. And Barney's like, let me ask you something. Have you been wrong about anything? Yes, once. And that nigga Vinny popped out the bathroom and said, the shoes, right?
It was the
shoes are tragic. The shoes are tragic. Hey, for him to be dead serious, nigga popped his head out the shoes, right?
The shoes, right? Shout out to
them motherfuckers.
Shout out to another thing that people, which is a 90s, early 2000 thing, like New York, LA, Miami, like they had the hot shit. Like, you know, a small town like that, you ain't seeing no Gucci, no none of that shit. Like, so that was legit. Like them rundown ass shoes. Like these right here, nigga, these what you want. Like, I got a booster right now that can get you everything you need for $300. Like, Vinny, man.
And Vinny don't waste no time, man. As soon as he get in town, he know what's going on. Like, he took
Yep.
the car ASAP. Nigga said, we gave you a car. He said, what happened to it? If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't have had to borrow this one. Yeah,
Vinny's
man.
off the chain.
Vinny off the chain, man. I love Vinny. Shout out to him. What's your next scene, Skool?
My next scene would definitely have to be when when Kirby think he got one, man. You got anything before that?
Nah, go ahead.
Hey, man, Kirby is the partner you want when you a person like Barney, you know, because Barney is, he, like you said, he's a law-abiding citizen. He does everything he's supposed to at work, but there's always that guy that's up under you. You could probably tell like he's a year or two behind him. Like, and they have dreams. Like, we sick of being here. We want to do a stakeout. We want to do all this. So Kirby been doing all
it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Kirby been sneaking around doing all types of shit. I don't know how, but he set it up. He set it up, the credit fraud and all this shit. And of course, we know how he set it up. Vinny's a bad motherfucker. So long story short, man, he meet up with Vinny, and they get there. And at first, I love the fact that at first, what's his name? Barney couldn't hear. You know, he couldn't hear them talking. And then all of a sudden, when he asked him his name, and he tell him Tony Waters or whatever. He was like,
Todd Wilkerson.
Oh man, his face was like, this motherfucker again. Like, it's my job to keep you out of shit, and all you do is stay in some shit. But that's that New York mob life. Like, you don't sit still. There's no such thing. Like, I love it.
Listen, as Daniel Kaluuya once said in an interview, man, robbers rob. Nigga, criminals, they're gonna commit crime. That's just what I do. This is my day to day.
Yeah,
that's why they talk about when people retire.
Yeah,
like people officially retire from their career, and they 6 months later got a little side. Nah, not even that, but 6 months. Damn. He talking about Joe Paterno. Yeah, man.
Chill.
But nah, so what I was gonna say, Skool, was a lot of people find like little part-time jobs just to stay busy because they don't know what it's like to just sit around and lounge and do nothing all day. They gotta keep themselves occupied. So, like, man, I don't care what town it is, man. See some niggas getting money in the town. I like it.
Yeah, straight up.
Vinny said, I'm at it. And you got to think about this, right? He had to make connections. I had to make enough connections to even get in contact with somebody who I thought had credit cards.
Yeah.
And I'm new here. I think this is before he even meets his crew.
Listen, it is before he meets his crew. And I'm glad you brought this up because this is kind of skipping a little bit. But after that, when Barney confronts him about it, because remember, think about this. He just did all this shit, this fake heist or credit card shit, and he sees Hannah, and he just goes right into talking to her and all that shit. But right after that, when he links up with Barney, and Barney tells him, like, pretty much tells him, like, I caught you, you caught. Yeah. And he getting something from the bar, and the dude walks past and was like, what up, Todd? He's like, what's up, homie? Like, nigga, you only been here 2 weeks.
He's the type to go in, and he like Vinny has a presence about him. Like, you know who Vinny is. Like, he comes in, and that's part of his charm.
Yep.
He knows you, even if he doesn't know your name, he's gonna acknowledge you like he does. You're gonna think Vinny talks to you, you're gonna think you and Vinny been friends for years because he's gonna have that enthusiasm. He know how to make that's his skill, that's a superpower. He's a people person.
Man,
he knows exactly what to do to kind of disarm you and get whatever he needs out of you.
Yeah,
people like that dangerous, man. Because Vinny was on it, like you said, do it at the bar. Like Vinny, he probably telling his friends, like, "Yeah, you met that new Vinny? Not to be Todd. Todd just moved in. Yeah,
cool dude, man.
Real cool guy, man. Like his suits, like all that type of shit." Nigga said, "I'm with you." Nigga, I'm with you.
That bro.
Hey, come on, see, that's the bullshit I'm talking about. Like, stop,
bro. That's on there. That was on there. That's definitely one of my scenes too, man. But I would say just him realizing that his boys are in town.
Hey, listen.
Prior to that.
So, yeah. So, all right. He's in the pet store, as you mentioned, with Hannah.
Yep.
And then, what I don't forget what he was asking. Probably want a cracker, whatever it was. It doesn't say that. It says, you're under arrest. I knew a guy that once had a bird like that. Oh, yeah. Then you realize, like, oh, shit.
That's my homie.
So, you dirty rat.
Yeah. Bro, the funniest
a restaurant full of rats. That shit crazy.
Yeah. But what's funnier what's funnier than that to me is the fact that Hannah's in there trying to buy a turtle because she ground it up, put her son's turtle in the garbage disposal. Like, and then later on, Vinny uses that kind of to blackmail her. Like, like, Barney, guess what this chick did, huh? Like, yo.
And it's funny thinking about it because the first thing I think when I watch it, like, who gives a fuck?
Right.
But then if you're a parent and you fucked up your kid, especially after and this is why the movie is good. This is why they connect the dots. They made a scene specifically saying, like, please take care of this turtle. You see the kids and they despair. When she joked and said, I don't know, he was like, Mom. He was on that shit. Niggas was dweebs. But he was on it.
Yeah, all right.
He was on that, man. It was
Toby, nigga. Go ahead.
Huh? No, not because of that. Because it's how she set them up for failure, bro. Them outfits, bro. Stop it. Come on, man. Either way, he said, "Say something happen. Let something happen to Toby." You funny, bro. But I was just gonna say, going back to them at the restaurant, right? So they all kind of meeting up, and he realizes, yo, we're not alone. Like, the dude told him in the pet store, not alone. And they having a good time, and then he said, at least we're not broke. And the whole table stopped. Like, nigga, what? Like, how long you think you get these checks, nigga? He said forever.
Yeah. Shit. Once that shit is over,
it's over. Hey, Steve Martin's acting, man, that expression, because that was a genuine disappointment, like confusion, like forever. Like, what you talking about? I thought we get these.
About?
Man, you get these until you testify. After that, you gotta get a real job, nigga. That's why they get you a social. Nigga, you a citizen. Go get a career. Yeah, man, go get a career, nigga.
Dirty.
Oh man, that shit crazy. And then he ends up saying, we might as well go into business, man. It's enough of us to start a crime ring, and that's exactly what they do. Skool, you've already mentioned a couple times about Freiburg. I think it's a fictional town, suburb of San Diego.
Yeah,
but y'all wouldn't even know what happened. We could rob y'all 10 times over before y'all even knew what happened. So this is easy. We got criminal minds. Shit, everybody get their expertise. We're gonna get to it, and of course, the DA ain't going. You know that. So then he gets pulled over again. With the swordfish in the trunk, comes up with another story. Even I always remember my first time watching this when she asked him about those books, and you thought he was stuck. Why you have so many copies? Because I want to read it more than once. You know what I mean? Just even it's bullshit, but you're gonna go for it.
Hey,
Barney comes down again, and this is one of my favorite lines, man. Did you have probable cause? He was going through it, and then he said, probable cause. Thomas Jefferson put that in the Constitution. He didn't put it in there for you. Yes, he did. I'm exactly the guy he put it in.
Exactly the guy.
He ain't put it in for you. Yes, he did. Nigga.
Hey,
exactly. Specifically for me.
Specifically for me. I promise you.
Man, I'm the reason that nigga put that shit in there. Vinny a motherfucker, man. Shout out to Vinny. One of my favorite movie characters, for real. But yeah, that whole scene. What you got next, Skool? Or what you got to comment on it, anything?
Oh man, nah. I don't think we spoke on the previous scene when he said damn, what was you just talking about? I'm with you. I'm with you. Like,
I'm with you. I'm with
you. Like, he said, I know you think that I'm saying, like, you're saying something and I get you, I understand you, but no, I'm with you. Like, I'm undercover. He's like, who made you undercover? I did. Like,
it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Hey, Vinny, bro, was slick, bro. I don't care what you said, what you came at him with. He had an answer. He had already figured it out. Like you said, bro, he playing chess. Everybody playing checkers. He playing chess.
And he say some shit that's confusing. You look at him, he just shrugs like, hey, man, I'm with you. He's gonna repeat the same shit over. Absolutely. What's your next scene?
The next scene I have is obviously him going to testify. Anything before that, go for it.
I literally just wrote Barney and Vinny in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like their whole experience in New York.
Even the flight there is one of my favorite lines is when he says, you know, why do you tip everybody? He says, I'm not into tip. It's not even that I'm into tipping, I'm in over tipping. And people that's in the, you know, food and beverage, we respect that, bro. Like, you never forget somebody who over tips. You know, some reason your table is up, nigga. It can be a party of 12 waiting. And if Jack, who come in there, he ripped and give me a 50 bill on a $12 ticket, he next. I promise you. Like, we gonna remember you. So that's real.
To your point, Skool, at the baseball stadium, right?
Yeah.
You got them hot dogs. He said, here's the tip. Remember this section.
Yep.
Nigga, you're gonna remember where you got that money from. Oh, I'm gonna be back.
Absolutely.
You need anything else? You good?
Y'all need anything else?
That's part of Vinny's charm too, as we talked about. That's part of his charm. He just knows how to read people in that way.
Absolutely. So shout out to go ahead.
My fault. Even when she tried to pull a Barney, and said we can't take tips. That nigga still tucked it in there.
Slid it in on her.
Yeah, man, you taking his money.
So that and again, like you said, playing fucking chess, bro. That man gets off the airplane knowing that he's gonna be cuffed up. You know, and I love that Barney is in the middle of explaining the rules to him, you know, which he should have known anyway, all this shit.
Yeah.
But he's explaining the rules to him, and I mean, it's a cheering section. Vinny! His whole family.
Niggas got signs, man. They got welcoming signs. They made a banner for this nigga, knowing that he's a witness. He's under protective custody. That shit crazy.
And here's the thing about Vinny. Even when you upset with this nigga, he always pulls something else that tugs at your heartstrings. When they pulled out moms, bruh, come on, bruh.
Yeah.
Don't make me hug my mama. Take the cuffs off me. Let me hug my mama. Hey.
He said, I can't, Barney. He's like, I can't, Vinny. I can't. Come on, please don't let us see you like a criminal.
I don't want to see me like this. Hey.
Got mad at himself and did that shit to the back, nigga. Hey, mom said, nigga smiling, nigga, click out of here.
Hey, mom, bruh, OG shit.
And what they was doing, like you said, he a mark. Hey, Vinny was probably on the phone back at the crib, like, hey, trust me, it's gonna work. He a mark. He a mark. You don't even worry about it. He's a good guy, but he's a sucker.
Yes, sir.
And you know what hilarious, Skool?
Yeah.
To me, because once again, the little small details that keep this movie moving along.
Yeah.
Because the plot hole could easily have been, and they could have just rolled with it. The plot hole easily could have been like, well, how the hell do you find Vinny in New York? Well, when they got off the plane, he said, I got a meeting with, and he said the Taylor's name in the morning.
I love it.
I ain't got nothing. So that's exactly how he knew where to pull up.
Yep.
We had a thing called the white pages back then, kids. That you can look up businesses and see where everybody's at. Or no, yellow pages. Yellow pages was business, white paper. Bruh, they used to give everybody phone books that had everybody in the city's information. If you was listed, nigga, if I got a problem with Isaiah Jackson, I know where he lives. I know his phone number.
I remember Aunt Gwen. Y'all was on there. It was a few other family members that was listed. Yeah, I remember doing that.
Shit crazy. When you think about all that public information out there. Now it's still out there, it's just on the internet. Either way, that nigga been missing all day, all night.
Yep.
And you know you're supposed to be under my custody. And we see Barney pissed. Barney walks in that motherfucking Taylor spot like, where the hell were you all night? And ain't nothing worse than when somebody mad. Nick said, these little town blues are melting away. That nigga was singing New York, not giving, hey, I don't give a fuck if you mad or not, nigga. I'm back home. I'm good.
He pulled up on her like Yvette did Jody. Where you was at all night, nickel? Hey, man, on his ass.
Just think about this, y'all. Think about the last time you've been hot about something. The next nigga don't give a fuck. They playing in your face. The same way we ain't talk about it, but me and Skool used to laugh at this all the time growing up when we watched this movie. There's that scene where that nigga leaving that pet store and then he's crossing the street
Yeah.
in front of that car, and that car
Hey.
honking, that nigga just turn around, look at him, start punching. That's when nigga get the fuck out the road. This nigga playing in your face, bro. Stop. Nigga said, "What a day! What a great day!" It's one of the worst feelings ever, man. Barney was pissed. That nigga ain't care. Nigga start singing in his face. New York, New York.
Yeah.
And not only that, man. Told the Taylor, man, looked at, he didn't say nothing. Just looked at the Taylor, said, "See what I mean?"
See what I mean?
He said, "That's not even the worst part." He said, "Wow, the worst."
Hey,
this sucks. But I like this scene and this whole segment of them in New York, and it ties into the testifying. So I'm gonna pass it off to you in a second. But it's that moment in movies like this, those Odd Couple movies, where one person catches the cool guy's personality. So now Barney catching his swag, and he turns into an entire different Barney the rest of the movie. He still keeps himself and his intellect, but he's kind of taking more risk, doing a lot, man. And Vinny even told him, man, because once again, Vinny plays chess, but one of the things that makes him a great people person is he pays attention to people.
Yes, absolutely.
Like when they went to go dancing, he told him, "Man, I noticed one thing about you, man. You don't never look him in the eyes.
Never look him in the eyes." Yeah.
Like there's something you just pick up by observing somebody for a few minutes. Like, nigga, I done seen you talked about 5 women today. You ain't looking none of them in the eyes. Like, what's up?
Yep.
Like, matter of fact, you better looking than I am, man. I just got the confidence. So all of that. But go ahead and take that scene over because I know you wanted to talk about him testifying and all that stuff.
Well, no, I didn't necessarily want to talk about the testifying. I just meant New York. Them going to New York.
Okay.
It's just great scene. And like you said, it's one of my favorite. This is my favorite part of the movie. Also, is just him picking up, Vinny swag. And now this is where Vinny fucked up though, man. Why you ain't get that man a suit, man? Why you make him charge his shit, man? Why you ain't hook him up, man?
Because man, does Vinny look like the type? He probably gave him a deal.
Yeah,
suit was probably $3,000.
That nigga said
1,200.
Hey, not only that though, bro. Again, Vinny shows how smart he is on the go, because he's trying to figure out how to get out of that motel room, and that quick he see that man balling up there, just laying around on that suit, and he crumbles up the jacket. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, I'm wrinkling up the jacket, and then he hit him with some shit that made sense if you don't know anything about suits. He eventually you gonna what he say, you gonna get this
the jacket gonna have to go to the dry cleaner more than the pants. The pants got to go more than the jacket. It's gonna be distorted, and he don't even give you a chance to get a word in. You just sitting there like, "Oh damn, that makes sense."
He's like, and then he tried to be genuine. You got some change. You know what? They'll have some change down there.
What am I talking about? Yeah.
Order that mac and cheese. Get me together. Order me a light wine because I don't want to drink too much.
I'm gonna be right back in 5 minutes. And they was like, "I bet, man."
Again, to what you said, bro, I love the fact how they write it, and he already told him where he wanted to go. He told him I wanted some such and such from Bruno's, so it makes sense for him to know where he was, like you said, in a big ass city like New York.
Yep, I love it. He's telling him his all moves, man. Absolutely. That's funny, man. That's like, hey, he kept duping Barney. That's like, it's like old girl telling you, like, stay up. I'm gonna hit you up. Yeah, niggas be up till 2:30, texting crazy. You still coming? I'm trying to make sure should I call it a night?
Ain't nothing worse than when you fall asleep anyway, and then you get that message. And you wake up at 7:30. You up? I missed it.
Yeah, nah, man. You get that message in the morning. My bad. I fell asleep. All right, yeah. But not, man. Hey, man, all week, bro. Nah, that's you, bro. That's you. Also, just want to point out, man, Barney. Well, to go on what you said, he goes meets his people. So that's the real. Like they look like they don't know that he in witness protection. Like, he just been gone. Like, you know what I mean? Because the boys back home, but he don't. So he even told Barney, like, "Hey, man, look at them, like, bro, like." They know who you are, and even helping Barney in that moment, just trying to calm him down on some, hey, free champagne for everyone. What a guy! And then had to grab him up, like, yo, let me tell you where you at right now. Like, chill, relax, bro. If they find out you FBI, so it's over.
Listen, I don't even think people, and it took me a minute I did the math on it. When they first cut to that scene, he's telling that story about 6,000 watches, 10,000 a piece, like $60 million in 1990, bruh. Then he was
How many
touching
watches?
paper.
I ain't gonna do your math for you.
He did. He said 6,000 times, and he said the trunk had 6,000 watches, 10 grand a piece.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Listen, man. I ain't no
Siri,
math.
I said, hold on. That's shit.
Right, Siri, hold up, man. Do this math for me real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Now that's some real shit. And he's telling the story, just working the room, even telling his, like, especially for 1990, that was kind of clever. Like, I'm gonna have a drink the same night, the same drink Mary had the night something. I think they called it a Bloody Mary. I can't remember what the exact line was.
Corny shit.
But just working the room, and then obviously talked to him about dancing, gave him some life advice, because that's where you mix it in. If Vinny was just like a con artist, it'd be one thing. But he actually shows moments where, nah, pay attention, man. I care about you. Just get it how you live. So him and Barney kind of grew a bond, which made it easier for Barney to go ahead and let down a little bit. Yeah. And like he said, man, shit, we're gonna do some moringa. I'm gonna teach you how to, nigga, they ain't playing moringa. I bet they will in a second.
Yeah.
Got
and
that
even
going.
Him again, I like what you just said. Even he did it when he testified, when they talked about
oh yeah.
He's speaking of his address.
What else did you get?
Yeah. What else did you get? And he hit him with the,
I get to not see my friends anymore.
Yeah, all that, bro. Like, he really had you tugging at your heartstrings. Like, damn, we ain't thinking of it like that. Like, damn, I guess he is all right, man. I guess he do got a family. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, and kept it a buck, man. If you telling me I'm testifying because of that, yeah, man. All right.
Yeah.
Also, I ain't wrong about this other side either. So
exactly,
kept it a buck.
Yeah.
Doing the moringa, and then I just want to say, Barney went back to that office looking like the man, looking like butter, looking like money.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was
$1,200 for the suit. I might wear that bitch every single day. I ain't gonna hold you. You said what? Different what? Different Barney. 100%.
Yeah, that's different. He was different.
This ain't the same. This ain't the same Barney that left.
Nah,
it's a new Barney coming in this bitch. Yeah, man. You can tell by the suit. Stop playing with me, nigga. That's how you pull a hole in my desk stuff.
Hey, I'm weak.
Barney was loaded, man. The next moment I had, I don't know if you have anything before this, but Barney and Hannah.
Nope. Go ahead.
So just the whole Barney and Hannah saga. The ball game. Then he playing a hell of a wingman. Listen, I know the kid's gonna be there. First of all, I'm gonna get the tickets.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna set y'all up. I don't care what you're talking about, man. Y'all be good together.
Yep.
Set y'all up. And one thing that we get throughout this entire film, and Vinny like admits to it later, the more time you spend there, like, this is my home. Like, I'm mowing my lawn in my suit, like saying what's up to the kids. Like, the kids know me in the neighborhood. Like, I live here. I live in Freiburg, man. So you know what? Y'all my friends now.
Yep.
We'll make sure y'all right. So he gets the tickets, gets the limo.
Yep.
Puts mom in a position where she can't say no. And then does the old-fashioned Barney, what you doing here?
Yeah.
Just so they can have some time together. And not only that, I'm literally about to spend time with these two kids the rest of the time so y'all two can have some one-on-one. Like, that's just real play of Vinny to go ahead and do that for Barney. Go ahead.
You know what else I peeped?
What's up?
I love that they were playing the national anthem while Vinny was explaining the bump move, like how you get robbed and everything in New York and all that. Like, because that's just as American as anything. Like, I hate to say it like that, but that's real shit. Like, especially in those days. Like, I remember, Uncle Eddie and Uncle Alvin telling us, like, yo, be careful if you ever come up to New York. Don't get caught staring at the buildings, because that's how they know that you're out of towner, and they will bump you, like, and steal everything on you. Like, oh man, so that shit is just crazy.
Real shit.
I was like, this shit, that's just funny that they were doing that during the national anthem, and he still knew every word. And like, bro, this shit, being an American is wild, man.
Right. To say the least. But really gave him a history lesson and told him, like, damn, he had to say, your mother don't teach you nothing? Like, damn, why should she be teaching these niggas how to wash for the bump? But that's real shit. It's a great example of, because I know this film was written under the sense of, we talked about the Henry Hill, but kind of wanted to showcase that middle America aspect. You know what I mean? I know that's one thing that Herbert Ross, the director, wanted to really talk about. Like, we all have a sense of middle America to us. Yeah. And what your priorities are and what's important. Like, most people think it's important, good manners and things. For Vinny, he couldn't believe it. Like, you ain't learned this? Like, this is like a rites of passage where I'm from. Everybody knows this. Like, we ain't getting out. So it's your morals, your values, your principles, what's important, what you know. All of that kind of came out in that scene. But also, so they having a good time at the game, and Barney asked her, like, yo, I got an event for pretty much like the feds. Like, you want to come? Yep. Now he's turned into Vinny. Like, he's at the thing telling the jokes on Vinny, like talking about Vinny too. And that's like I said, we just finished The Sopranos. That's a real thing. Like, the feds, they kind of become enamored with these criminals. You kind of feel like you know them on a certain level. Or even the therapist, Dr. Melfi, like her therapist, Elliot, always asked her about Tony. Yeah, just like, what the fuck? Why are you so concerned with this dude? But that's kind of how it is. So he getting the laughs, and he getting the laughs, and he pays because I'm getting weak. Because you want to dance? Oh, I don't dance. Neither do I, except for the Moringa. They ain't playing the Moringa. They will. They will. Got his shit done. It reminded me of that episode of Martin. Remember the time when they was trying to figure out he played that saxophone? But real player, man. Barney just a real player. Looks at her, said, come on, man, get on up here and get on this dance floor, girl. You know what I mean? And then they really, what I thought was dope is that they showed in the movies, they really talked after that. Like, we go to the event and we really gonna spend some time getting to know each other. We're gonna build, we got some real conversation. It didn't seem like creepy. It didn't seem like Barney was on something. It was just a mutual moment of them liking each other. She probably remembered that time that the hair stood up on the back of her neck. And hey man, kids at my mom's. What? Huh?
Come get these yams, extra syrup, huh?
Kids at your mom's. And I was just about to say, man, I gotta mention it. Hey man, Barney packed that ex-husband up. Packed that nigga up.
What? Stop it.
Hey, niggas walking niggas walking to the crib straight up. Like, nigga, what? That's my crib.
That nigga told her that's my crib.
Yeah, man. Nigga, I don't live here, but it's my crib. What you talking about? Hey, he laughed. Say, you want me to ring the doorbells? Get out of here. Beat it.
Beat it. Scram.
About to walk in this motherfucker like Tommy and Cole.
Hey,
don't give a fuck about shit. Nigga, ain't no knocking. Tommy and Cole ain't knocked the entire fucking series apart.
Nigga, what? Pam knocked, but that was about it.
Yeah, that's about it. See, she knew. She walked in a couple times. Shit, when she had some important news. But go ahead. You were about to say something.
He wasn't going. Nah, I was just gonna say, bro, that shit had me weak, bro. That Maraca scene, bro, get me, cause Kirby, bro, that nigga was getting it, bro. Kirby was hitting that shit, bro. He was not playing. It was like he was at the party and he was like, "Who? Oh shit! Who knew? Like they didn't know. This is my shit."
It's like niggas heard March Madness come on or something, man. Hey, like, oh shit. When women hear that, back that ass up, man. The Cash Money taking over for the 9. What?
That meat come in?
Yeah, meat come in, yeah.
Oh, it's
Kirby was hitting that shit. And his bosses was looking at him crazy. He was like, man, my bad. Kirby was hitting that shit.
He didn't care, bro. Oh shit.
Hit the folks, nigga. Yeah, and then Barney goes undercover.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to because he's in love, man. He's in love. Yep. She even says, man, you just got here. And that kind of leads into, for me, I don't know if you have anything else before that, but just the last 15, 20 minutes of the film. I don't know if you want to talk about it. If not, then I can go ahead and cover it.
Yeah, go ahead. That was pretty much it for me.
Yeah, final 15, 20 minutes. Vinny gets arrested for embezzlement because, once again, Vinny's playing chess. They boost a truck, and all it has is the empty water jugs.
Yep.
What the hell are we supposed to do with these? Vinny said, man, y'all see a problem. I see an opportunity. Nigga, shit, we got to start collecting these coins everywhere in the city. He had these up to raise money for the baseball team.
Yep.
He was getting all types of bread. The kids even saw it. The kids said, "We don't even want this ice cream.
We don't want this ice
cream. To the baseball shit."
Because he building us a dome.
Yeah, that nigga said. Vinny out here selling dreams.
Hey,
once again,
a dome for Little League is nasty word.
He said the first Little League dome in America. And he made him believe it. He made him believe that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the kitchen table. We gonna get lights and Vinny said, "Shit, y'all are lit." But he gets arrested for embezzlement, man. He tries to make a deal. Said, "Man, listen, I know some guys from Canada. Said they here. They about to buy everything that ain't bolted to the ground, man. What's up? I got a tip for you for a deal. Let me out of this." They go to the hotel. Like, yeah, they two guys here from Vancouver. Did I tell you they're from Vancouver? Did I tell you they're from Vancouver? Hey, that's one thing, man. Shout out to Vinny. Everybody needs to be more like Vinny because he did not wait for his praise. Nigga, I want my credit now.
He did not.
I'm celebrating myself now, nigga. I'm celebrating all my wins. Nigga, didn't I tell you?
Every time.
Told you it was from Vancouver. And then, of course, they bust open. And Hannah's so disgusted that she don't even fuck with Barney.
Yeah.
And she would have known, like, common logic, like, yo, and Vinny even said it, like, yo, for the first time in my life, I'm telling the truth. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know these two niggas was undercover. Right. And everything about this whole sequence, because the biggest thing that bothers me ever, maybe not all time, but definitely in this movie, there's no way that you know that man's a federal witness and you're gonna try him under his real name. Yeah. And make the paper. Like, you know that's not going. Like, come on, man. You trying to get that nigga killed. But she didn't believe it. She was like, man, this nigga full of shit. But to Hannah's credit, this nigga been lying the whole time, man. This nigga probably, it probably even his real name. He probably staged this whole shit. So Vinny is in the cell, and Barney salty because Hannah ain't fucking with him. So he goes to see Vinny. Yep. Vinny's cell don't even lock. He said, nah, man, I don't like this bathroom. I like the one in the office. So they let me go ahead and use that. Yeah, nigga, which one? You want me to use the office phone or the coffee room?
Come on, man.
Nigga got a pillow with his name on it. He is a person, man. You cannot spend 5 minutes with me and not fuck with me. Yeah. And everybody knows someone like that. Like, yo, man, I just fuck with this dude. Like, he's a cool ass nigga. And that's what Vinny was, man. And he told him straight up, Rick Moranis did a hell of a job acting in that scene. Just kind of being on Vinny's ass, like, just, yo, man, like, I'm tired of this. This is what you're doing. That's what Vinny has a comedic, Steve Martin has a comedic comedy and opens up that thing. You're not expecting, what kind of jail is this? What kind of jail is this? Like, where you got you locked up? But that's Vinny. At that point at the movie, you know that he can really pull this off. And we go to the courtroom. As soon as Hannah's giving that speech about, these cartoon characters with white on white shirt and tie are going to come, they start shooting. Yep. They start shooting, man, pull up. And then we see in that scene I just mentioned, as he's in jail, he says, I'm entitled to my phone call. And that's when he called his boys, like, hey, man, start getting this shit working. Yeah. All these niggas I'm building the baseball field, man. Put all this, make it look legit. It's organized crime. Like, you can make it look legit.
Get this shit together, huh?
Yeah, we still gonna make a profit.
Waste management, huh?
Waste management, you know what I mean? Straight up. Straight up. So the shootout, the baseball field, making it look like it was pure, like I told you the whole time. And even Barney looking out like, because remember, beginning of the movie, he bought the books. Yep. Now it's, man, he told me about this months ago. He just didn't want to ruin the surprise. Yep. And he ended up writing a bestseller, married an old girl, Crystal, had a baby. Really turned into a changed man. Like, really turned into, and this is my community. And he a cold motherfucker because he got man of the year.
Man of the decade.
Man of the decade. Not only did he get the man of the year, he wrote a bestseller, and I'm living here under my real name. Yep. Nigga. Come and get it. What's up?
My favorite part of that whole ending scene is when he shot that gun and Barney said, I lied. Didn't even let him get the second word out. I lied, man. And he was so smooth with it. Right back to my story. Yeah. And you don't know where the story headed, man. I wake up Christmas morning. My uncle shot in his head. And he said, and no bike. No bike.
A rough Christmas for numerous reasons. Nigga. Oh God, and I ain't get the bike shit.
Yeah,
So because of that, I would never lie about the kid. I never lied to the kids.
Never lied.
He had a story for everything.
Mm-hmm. He was ready.
Classic character, man. Come and get me, man. So Vinny adjusted to his new town and good to go.
I definitely rewatching this movie put Vince top movie characters for me. He in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's been a while. It's been too long, actually.
He's up there with Jules. Not up there, but Jules Winfield. I've always said from Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson. That's my favorite movie character of all time. Vinny is just one. He's up there. And I was going to say this in trivia, but I might as well say it now. I told you I was reading that Larry King manuscript.
Yeah.
Did Larry King have a weird case? You're supposed to be saying his name.
Come on, man. Chill out. Keep going, man.
All right.
We'll be here all day talking about these niggas' weird cases, man. Come on. Man.
Steve Martin said he loves this character. Mm-hmm. He was ready to do a sequel, like ready. Like I can't wait for them to hit me up and say we're going for the My Blue Heaven 2. It just never happened. So he absolutely loved this character and really, really, really. Most actors they cool on the sequels. Like what's that check looking like? He said, nah, man. Whenever y'all ready for Vinny, he back. So he really loved that. Best quotes.
I think we said them all, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I only had a couple that we didn't say. One is the first one, just for the delivery. At the very first scene when his wife is leaving, she said, "You'll find another wife." He said, "I know."
I know,
I know, but still, man. Come on, I want you around. Go ahead. What you about to say?
I was gonna say the only other one that I had is he said, "My name is Todd. It's Italian for extra special."
That shit used to get off in 1992. You can get that off. Hey. And the whole pickup line, bro.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be in the frozen food section.
Oh man,
you can melt all this stuff, and she was ready. They went to Reno, and once again, great writing because he had just mentioned earlier. I know somebody in Reno that can marry you and unmarry you the same day, connect it all.
Yeah.
Here's a funny quote when it was an ice cream shop. This sounds like some shit you would say. You want the cone or what? So in that chocolate chip cone, hey man, you want the cone or what? That's probably the rudest somebody was in Freiburg.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Hey man, go get the fuck out of here or what? Go get the fuck out of here. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, I thought and it's funny because I thought he was still gonna give him the cone after seeing what they did with it. Like, oh, them little kids, you know what?
They ate that cone. Right, cuss them out like little bastards. You could have told me that shit before I dipped it. We mentioned have a nice day. Fuck you. Barney, what a day. What a great day.
Yeah.
And then lastly, when when Vinny talked to Barney about Hannah, he said, man, you and that DA, you should, you know what I'm saying? You guys should get together. You should marry her. He said, marry her. You got a better chance with her than I do. He said, nah, she's not my type. I like him a little, I don't know, kind of dirty or something.
Dirty.
He said, I like him kind of dirty. I know, and I know exactly what he means. I know exactly what he means.
Hey, it's funny. Every time I see Joan Cusack, and it's not until I see her last name that I'll be like, damn, she looked like her brother. They twins almost.
Yeah, man. Joan and John. Are they twins?
No.
The names like that? I don't think they are. I figure that's something I know.
Yeah.
But now I gotta look it up in real time just to make sure.
Nah, I think she older.
We about to see. I got high hopes for you. We gonna see. She was born in 1962. John was born in 66. You're right. She's 4 years older. Yeah. I bet.
She put him on.
Yeah, same still.
Sheesh. Damn. I'm saying Kirby, man. That's my dog.
Yeah, that's mine. Just literally just for his dancing.
Yeah.
And Kirby, he has some good one-liners and just his overall energy. Like he's one of those people that you know with Kirby. You know what Kirby.
That nigga said, oh man, come on, Dickie. I got a friend, I got a family and shit. Nigga said, call me Dickie. One more time. Hey, Barney was sick of his shit, bro.
And I'll kill you.
You've been locked up in this room for 3 weeks, and you keep calling me Dickie. Like, who are we talking to?
He was a character, man. He was a character. Said that man with the dead serious face. Turned off the game. Hey, that's how you know it's real. He turned off the game.
He turned his
Call me
game
Dickie
off.
one more time. He was playing Goonies 2. For anybody out there that was interested in what game he was playing on Nintendo, he was playing a game called Goonies 2. But ridiculous. Said he meant that shit. It reminded me of Martin and Bad Boy or Will and Bad Boys, nigga. He said he made me think he was gonna shoot me too. Niggas, I was. I'm just saying no joke. I'm gonna shot you too, nigga, if you ain't go nowhere. That's where I'm at with it. But yeah, mine the same way. Bill Irwin, he's a sings to it. Things that bother me, anything or things that bother you?
Nah, I think they connected this very well to me.
Yeah, it's minor. Go ahead.
The only thing that really bothered me for real was the FBI. You gotta be, ain't no way the FBI putting that many niggas. Like, you know, a ring is gonna start. You put 50 motherfuckers together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to spread this shit across the country, nigga.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't put all those people in the same place.
Hell nah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Some location stuff, like you said, geography stuff. Yeah. What you just mentioned. We know they weren't really at the Padres Stadium when they were watching that game, like all types of stuff. But whatever, it's not a big deal to the movie. Come see About Me. Not really. I guess, well, nigga jumped in front of, like, when them niggas was shooting in the courtroom, the nigga grabbed her and pushed her down. You saved somebody from a bullet. I think that qualifies for Come See About Me. I care about you.
Oh, girl did too, for Vinny.
Oh, yeah. And you see how I turned up for both of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Any actors from The Wire? No. Wouldn't let that happen to me. You got anything?
No.
Yeah. I just thought of something. You know what I'd love to see?
What?
You know what would have been a great crossover movie?
What?
If Robert De Niro's character in Midnight Run was in charge of Vinny.
Oh my goodness. Now that's a film.
Yeah.
That's a film, bro.
Because that's another odd couple type of situation. Bounty Hunter, Midnight Run. If y'all haven't seen that, it's a classic. Classic. Serrano's got the disc.
Yeah.
More on number one. Put more on number two on the phone.
More on number two.
Yeah, man, classic movie. But yeah, I don't have anything for Wouldn't Let That Happen to Me, other than the reason I even thought about that, because the only thing I was thinking was, where at some point I got to keep up with it. Like, you ain't about to just keep missing me and dodging me. Like, nah. Bro.
Yeah.
I ain't letting this off.
But it was always moments that kind of worked. Like, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
it's justifiable, but you know your boss at some point. And shout out to Barney for being smart enough to never telling his boss that I lost him or none of that. I always knew where to get this motherfucker. I'm a professional too. I'm a professional too. You can have your little time, but I'm gonna get you. Trivia. So the scene where Vinny got married to the old girl in the grocery store.
Oh yeah.
That was really from Henry Hill's life. He had been drinking, married a woman he was dating in Seattle, and told his lawyer. He called his lawyer drunk. Told him he got married. He said, "What the hell you doing?" He said, "Don't worry, I ain't married under my real name. I'm married under this name." So that came directly from Henry Hill's life. They put that in here. The wrestler Kevin Nash, shout out to the Wolfpack. When he was in WCW, he had a character.
He was really running around here.
Olale!
Nigga was Conan. Even like that. Hey man, chill.
Hey, well, I do. But Kevin Nash, man, he used to have a character in the WCW called Vinny Vegas that was based on this film. Yeah, one of his old monikers, Vinny Vegas. Shout out to Kevin Nash. And then I mentioned Steve Martin wanted to do the sequel, but nothing ever came from it. We get to the end of the film, Skool, or end of the episode, should I say, where we discuss the rating. The average viewer rates My Blue Heaven 6.2 out of 10. Too high, too low, just right.
Too low. I'm gonna go 7.4.
I'm going too low. I'm going 7.7. It's
Okay.
really probably a 7.4.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going 7.7 just because.
7.4. It's definitely one of
I'll
those
agree with you.
movies.
7.4 is good. 7, I think that's right because it's just below 7.5, which I would consider a 7.5 if I had to make it a letter grade.
Yeah.
That's around a B.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well,
a B. I
it's
think
also
8 might be B plus.
I think one of the best things about this movie is the longer you wait to watch it, it gets better. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I haven't watched this movie in it's probably been at least 5 years. Probably shorter than that. I might be putting a little umph on it, but it's been a minute to the point where I was like, damn, I don't remember liking Vinny this fucking much, man. Like, I knew I liked him, but like, it's a different type of like this time. Like, I fucks with this nigga. Like, so yeah.
That's straight up. That's a great point. That's a great point. And yeah, this is a great feel-good movie. To your point, that's the same thing. If you remember, I said that about Next Friday.
Yes.
Like Next Friday is one of those movies. The longer you go without watching it, or because most people watch Friday's obviously Friday, and then Friday after next, most people watch that around Christmas time.
Yeah.
You can go some years without watching Next Friday. Boy, you go 5-6 years without watching that, put that shit on, you're gonna get weak.
Wow.
And forget how funny Next Friday was. So that's a great point, Skool. Great point. It had been quite some time, and it was just the same thing. Like, man, I really like Vinny. Just seeing him from a different lens, and talking about it from we're going to discuss this on a podcast type of situation. I thought that was real dope. So, Rose, Bouquet, or the whole damn garden?
I'm going the whole damn garden.
Easy. Whole damn garden. That's it for me. All right. That's it, y'all. Finish another episode 115 of the Culture Garden Podcast, My Blue Heaven.
Great fucking
shout out to Pops, man. Shout out to Pops.
We miss you,
OG
big dog.
Rich, big dog. Yeah, man, definitely miss you, man. But thank you for all of the memories, all the time, everything you've done. Yeah. So hug on your people, call your people, love on your people, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate y'all tuning in and tapping in and let me get some space to kind of have this moment to celebrate my dad and his love of film and all of that kind of good stuff. So don't forget to follow We Got Y'all Pod on Instagram, the Culture Garden Podcast on Instagram. Reach out to us individually, leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
We'll be back with a new episode soon. Y'all be cool how y'all be cool.
Peace.
We out.